Thinking of traveling the world in your golden years, retirement is the perfect time to explore. But wait, before you book that dream trip, you need to know about the 7 hidden dangers that most people over 65 completely overlook. Ignoring these could turn your dream vacation into a nightmare. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share what these dangers are and, more importantly, how you can avoid them, ensuring your travels are safe, joyful, and everything you've dreamed of. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Let's dive right into the first hidden danger: medication mismanagement. It sounds simple, right? Just pack your pills, but it's far more complex. Imagine this. You're crossing multiple time zones. Suddenly, your carefully timed medication schedule for blood pressure or diabetes is completely thrown off. Taking a dose too early or too late can have serious health consequences. Then there's the issue of legality. Did you know that some common over-the-counter medications in your home country might be considered controlled substances elsewhere? Getting caught with them, even with a prescription, could lead to confiscation or even legal trouble. And what if you lose your medication? Trying to get a refill in a foreign country, where brand names are different and a language barrier exists, can be an absolute nightmare. It's not just about remembering to pack them, it's about a comprehensive plan for every what-if scenario. The second danger, which often catches even the most seasoned travelers off guard, is what I call vacation pace burnout. After a lifetime of work, you want to see and do everything. You've got a packed itinerary, museums in the morning, hiking in the afternoon, a fancy dinner at night. But here's the reality check. Our bodies change after 65. Our energy reserves are not what they used to be, and our recovery time is longer. Pushing yourself too hard, trying to keep up with a 30-year-old schedule, is a recipe for exhaustion. This isn't just about feeling tired. It can weaken your immune system, making you more susceptible to getting sick. It can also increase your risk of accidents. A simple trip or fall, which you might have brushed off years ago, can lead to a serious injury like a fracture when your body is already overtaxed. The go-go-go mentality can rob you of the actual joy of travel, leaving you needing a vacation from your vacation. Now for number 3, a danger that's both invisible and incredibly potent: dehydration and nutrition neglect. When we're out of our routine, it's easy to forget the basics. You're so caught up in the sights and sounds that you forget to drink enough water. In hotter climates, this is especially dangerous. As we age, our body's ability to conserve water and our sense of thirst both decrease. This means you can become dehydrated much faster, and you might not even feel thirsty until it is already a problem. Symptoms like dizziness, confusion, and fatigue can be easily mistaken for jet lag, but they could be signs of serious dehydration. Then there's food. Trying new cuisines is a highlight of travel, but suddenly changing your diet can wreak havoc on your digestive system. That rich, exotic food might be delicious, but your body isn't used to it. This can lead to anything from uncomfortable indigestion to more serious issues, especially if you have pre-existing conditions like IBS or acid reflux. It's a delicate balance between culinary adventure and keeping your body happy. Let's talk about the 4th hidden danger: the over-reliance on travel insurance fine print. You're responsible, so you bought travel insurance. You feel protected. But are you really? Here's the trap. Many travelers, especially seniors, assume all policies are created equal. They buy a standard plan without reading the dreaded fine print. The reality is that many basic policies have significant exclusions, especially for pre-existing medical conditions. You might think your heart condition or arthritis is covered, but if you haven't declared it properly, or if the policy has specific clauses against it, your claim could be denied. Imagine having a medical emergency abroad and discovering that your insurance won't cover the tens of thousands of dollars in hospital bills. Furthermore, many policies have age limits or drastically increased premiums for travelers over 65. And what about evacuation coverage? If you're in a remote area and need to be medically evacuated, the cost can be astronomical. Assuming you're covered without knowing the specifics is one of the most expensive gambles you can take. The 5th hidden danger is something we rarely discuss: the psychological toll of unfamiliarity. We often focus on the physical aspects of travel, but the mental and emotional challenges can be just as significant. being in a new environment, especially one where you don't speak the language or understand the customs, can be incredibly disorienting. This culture shock can lead to feelings of anxiety, loneliness, and even paranoia. Simple tasks like ordering food or asking for directions become very stressful ordeals. For seniors who may be more set in their routines, this disruption can be particularly jarring. Furthermore, if you're traveling solo for the first time after losing a partner, the emotional weight can be immense. The joy of seeing a beautiful sunset can be tinged with the sadness of not having your loved one there to share it with. These psychological stressors are real, and they can impact your overall health and enjoyment of the trip if you're not prepared for them. Coming in at number 6 is a very modern problem: digital disconnection and scam vulnerability. In today's world, so much of travel is managed online. Boarding passes on your phone, QR codes for menus, navigation apps. But what if you're not tech-savvy? This reliance on technology can be a huge barrier. You might struggle to access important information, or worse, you could become a prime target for scammers. Public Wi-Fi networks in cafes and airports are hunting grounds for cybercriminals looking to steal personal information like banking details. Scammers also run sophisticated travel-related cons, from fake Airbnb listings to helpful strangers at an ATM. As a tourist, and perhaps one who seems less comfortable with technology, you can be perceived as an easier target. The danger isn't just about losing money. It's about the stress and fear that come from being taken advantage of in a foreign place, leaving you feeling helpless and vulnerable. Finally, the 7th, and perhaps most underestimated danger: post-travel health complications. You've had an amazing trip, you're back home, and you think the journey is over. But it might not be. Your body has just been through a lot. Exposure to new germs, changes in diet, sleep disruption, and the physical stress of travel itself. It's very common for travelers to get sick after they return home. You might pick up a respiratory virus on the plane or a stomach bug from something you ate on your last day. The symptoms of some more serious travel-related illnesses can also take days or even weeks to appear. You might dismiss your fatigue as post-vacation blues or a slight fever as a simple cold, when it could be a sign of something that requires medical attention. The danger lies in letting your guard down. You're so relieved to be home that you ignore warning signs, potentially allowing a minor issue to become a major one, simply because you thought the risks ended when you stepped off the plane. So, how do we combat these dangers and ensure our travels are memorable for all the right reasons? For medication, create a detailed schedule adjusted for your destination's time zone and discuss it with your doctor. Always carry medication in its original container with a copy of your prescription and a doctor's letter. Pack extra, just in case. To avoid burnout, build rest days into your itinerary. Prioritize what you really want to see and be realistic. The goal is enjoyment, not an endurance test. Stay hydrated by carrying a water bottle everywhere and making a conscious effort to drink, even if you don't feel thirsty. Be adventurous with food, but listen to your body and intersperse exotic meals with simpler, more familiar ones. When it comes to insurance, never just click and buy. Call the insurance company. Speak to a human. Disclose every single pre-existing condition and get written confirmation that you are covered. Ask specifically about medical evacuation. To manage the psychological toll, learn a few key phrases in the local language. Read about cultural norms. Schedule video calls with family back home to stay connected. If you're traveling solo, consider joining a small group tour for a balance of independence and companionship. For digital safety, consider using a VPN on public Wi-Fi and be skeptical of unsolicited help. Have physical printouts of key documents as a backup. Finally, after your trip, monitor your health. Don't dismiss unusual symptoms. If you feel unwell, see your doctor and be sure to tell them where you've been. Traveling after 65 should be one of the great joys of life. By being aware of these hidden dangers and preparing for them proactively, you're not limiting your adventure. You're enabling it. You're ensuring that your memories will be of breathtaking landscapes and wonderful experiences, not of preventable mishaps. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips help you plan your next adventure with confidence. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips on living your best life in retirement. Safe travels.